Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Thursday night. We are live. I am Dixie Dave, along with this butthead over here, Crusher Crossen. We're ready for another fun night.
I don't know if you want to be saying those kind of things and pull a Ricky Henry here and talk smack with Crusher, because with the shape I'm getting in, Dave, I don't think that's a very smart move by your part. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, well, you better be worried about it, just like Ricky. And you know something? We are live. And you know something? The coward that he is, Ricky Henry, he didn't even show up last week on Forward.
Yeah, I was seeing some of the highlights, some of the shorts that got posted.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, where's Ricky?
He's scared. He's running scared. He's so scared of the shape I'm getting in, Dave. He's not even showing up on the shows now.
Well, I thought maybe he wasn't showing up because he was afraid of the guests that you had.
That could be too. They've never faced each other, so that would be a very interesting matchup. I think Ricky's concerned about a lot of things, but sooner or later, his match is coming. We'll talk a little bit about what he's got coming up here on our next Forward show when we get towards the end of the show. But yeah, it should be interesting stuff.
Come on, Ricky. I know you're out there. I know you're watching. Dixie Dave's been backing you for a while. Don't let me down.
And you can keep wanting him to come on, desperately do a rewind show and help you. I've told you before, Dave, the kid's a coward. He will not show up here because he knows better. He's hardly shown up on Forward now. He knows better. So he is, he's a coward. What can you say? He's the captain. Ricky Henry, the Globetrotter. Mm-hmm.
Well,
And speaking of which, I will say this, not next show, but the one after that is going to be the year anniversary of Ricky and Crusher together on Forward. We're going to have our year anniversary show, and it's going to be a special show. We will be out of character for that one, and we're going to go through a lot of questions about each other kind of thing, what made you the maddest at each other, what made you the happiest, with all those kind of fun questions that you'd know after about a year of being together.
Right.
We should do that too one of these days, Dave, when we get to one of our anniversary shows.
Oh. No, are we going to do an anniversary of the pilot of the show that we did in December, or?
That was December. I would say we started the first of the year, right? So we could always do it on the first. Because I think coming up here in January would be what year are we on?
Oh, we got to be going on 3 years now.
I think it was 23 when we started, because we started in November of 2022, wasn't it? So I'd say 2023, 24.
Yeah, I guess.
It'll be 3 years, January, yeah. It's crazy.
Well, see here. I'm going to ask something of our crowd. Hey, we've been around for a while. Let us know how long you've been watching us.
Yeah, because I know Gizmo and those guys weren't always here.
Right.
We've had a few early watchers that used to comment with us that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But I think they still catch up on the shows.
Right.
Let me bring in some of the comments so that we got initially before we went on. Gizmo, channel moderator in the house, says, good evening all. We have been looking forward to your show to catch up on all the new events happening. Yeah, lots of things to talk about there. And of course, we'll get you all up to speed on that. And then we've got, let's see here, Sky Sports Video News. Crusher, I see you're looking good. You almost at fighting weight to take on Globetrotter Ricky Henry. Guys, I am at an all-time low right now, but would you like to guess? I want to see what the crowd thinks. What do you think I weigh right now, if you had to guess? So let's just see what the crowd thinks, and then I'll tell you what I'm at. And we'll talk about that. But yeah, I am. I'm getting in really good shape. I haven't been at this weight in decades. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You have to keep your ears peeled.
Well, I know what my gut tells me, but
Well, you know, and I don't have I should have the cool Crusher Crossen shades on. They'll return next week on Forward. I will have those back again. If not next week, the week after. Let's see. Oh, I got one more comment to bring in.
Yeah.
Dave, you need to find a new wrestler to cheer for. I think Ricky is ducking Crusher. Isn't that the truth? You know, the kid comes up with every excuse in the book as to why he can't get in the ring with Crusher because, you know, he's going to hurt an old man. He's going to go to jail. He's got to get clearance from proper authorities. This, that, and everything else. It's almost like the stars got to be aligned for him to get in the ring. This is not a space shuttle launch, Ricky. Just put up or shut up. Is what I say to that. You know? Dave?
Well, you know, I mean, you got a point. You know, Damien, I'm starting to question it with Ricky. I mean, you know, at least
he's been in the ring with big guys before. He's been in the ring with people that he's been outmatched with. It's not like he's not done that before. So I don't know what it is. It could be a respect thing too. Who knows? It could be it could be all of the above.
You know, I mean, at least when I don't show up, I've got good reason why I didn't show.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, and I'm just giving Ricky a hard time. That show that he missed last week, he was under the weather, and that was the first show that he outright missed. Like, other than his Canada trips that I knew he was going to be out for, which were 3 shows.
Speaking of which, with the upcoming events that I have going on, I will not be missing any Rewind shows.
Yeah, we confirmed that his dates he's going to be gone won't affect a Rewind show. However, I'm still probably going to reach out to Jamie McParland in October. We'll see if we can bring him in for one of our shows. I think the 3 of us would be a good one.
Oh, yeah. It's always a good time when Jamie and I are together.
Yeah.
I mean, the fans have even said one of the best shows that was out there. You even said one of the best shows that's been out there is a show that you weren't even there for.
Well, I just enjoyed it because I wasn't on it, and it was just fun to watch it take place without me. You know, it was kind of cool. I like that.
You realized it could survive without you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it did. And one of these days, now that, you know, Dave and Ricky are now channel admins like me, now they can run shows themselves, both of them. And there might be like a Forward show I might have to miss for who knows what reason. And if that ever happened, then Ricky might have to take the realm. So we'll see. Now, here's some of the guesses for my weight. 165. We got a 170. We got a 168, 170, 167. Well, guys, I wish I was there. I'm trying to get down in the 160s. I am currently 176. I'll tell you something. These last 10 pounds, my goal is 168. These last 10 pounds are not easy.
They never are.
It's calorie management, and it's a lot of things, exercise and strength conditioning, and all of it. And so it's not easy, you know, to lose weight and gain muscle and lose weight at the same time. It's really difficult. So, but I'm working it.
Yeah.
And I think I'll get there. It's just a slow process right now for the next 10 pounds, you know, to get to my, you know, when you get to this level, it gets harder and harder and harder. So.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then they say we all love Jamie. Yep, we do. Jamie's fun.
Oh, yeah.
And,
so it's a good thing I brought him in.
Yeah, although he claims that, I don't know if you listened to him on Keaton's show, but he doesn't remember it that way. He claims that he just watched the show and showed up. So it's like, you'll have to figure that out with Jamie when he comes on with us.
We went to school together, and I told him about the NWF.
Dave sets this record straight as far as Dave goes.
You know, he had been doing his own little thing, and he'll even admit he used to do a little thing in his bedroom where he'd take the old telephone cords, wrap them around his bed, and
well, he really didn't have Jamie. And Jamie knows. I mean, I don't think Jamie would mind me talking about this, but you know, they weren't well off, his mom and him, and not a lot of money, just like a lot of us back then, right? And but Jamie didn't even have a bedroom. It was his room was the like walk-in closet of the master bedroom or whatever, and he just had a mattress in there. Didn't even have a bed frame.
Yeah.
You know, so I know what Jamie went through growing up, just because I was part of his life during that time, and I know some of the struggles that he had. Just not having things.
Right.
So I know that Jamie's very so Jamie looks at life, real differently today because of, he appreciates what he has and what he's worked hard for,
Right.
Let's see. Damien says, I remember Jamie's first time on Rewind. He won the fans over with his humor and charm. We always love an underdog. Yeah, Jamie's a great storyteller. I always say he's fun to listen to. He's got great stories. And Jamie's kind of like Ricky in that if you give him the mic, he'll run with it and keep talking away.
Oh, yeah.
They both have the gift of gab.
Well, I mean, all four of us do, but.
Well, yeah, we do. I guess I'm saying that about you guys, and I'm just as well, like I'm not, right? Yeah, we all do.
You just don't like your own promos. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't like my old promos back in the day, and it makes me jealous to hear Ricky because he's so much better than I was.
Oh, yeah.
But today I can definitely go toe-to-toe with him on a promo, and he knows it. And but I could never hold a candle to him when I was his age.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people can. He's really good at it when it comes to talk, And that's, I don't know if I told you this, Dave, but he's told me privately, that's Ricky's favorite part of this whole thing is the drama part of it, the character part. He loves that. Yeah. The whole acting out. That's what he likes.
Well, what's going to be real fun is, say, 5-6 years down the road, say we see him pop up on NXT or WWE. It's going to be fun to say we knew him back when.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. If any of those guys ever make it, they won't forget us. I mean, we'll still be in touch with them and everything, and they'll probably make appearances with us. Yeah, they're not gonna. It's not like just because they make it big, they're gonna just we're nothing to them now. Nah.
Right.
They'll still stand.
Well, I mean, you guys have had a few guests on Forward that if they made it, we've already had one or two that have kind of blown us off, but
one in particular, yeah. And then, yeah, it's like they think they're maybe better than what we can provide for them. So, yeah, but that's maybe a one that did that to us.
Right.
And,
but we're not going to call them out on.
Nah. Most everybody that's come out with us are pretty respectful and would do it again.
I love how down to earth Hernandez is with us.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like the thing. Like if I ever could get Ricky over here with the belt, I would probably talk to Sean to see if we can't get something worked out. If I cover the expenses to get Ricky in Texas to get him and Officer Smiles for that belt, that would be a really good match on one of their shows. That would be what I'd work on for Ricky.
Oh, you'd have to give me some heads up so we can both travel down there and.
Yeah. But that's like, it would have to be at the right time and everything because like I said, Ricky's still in school. We can't just pull him out of school for something like that. He's going to have to either be out of school for the week when we do that, or he's going to have to be over summer. So that's just, that's something we'd probably try to do though.
Right.
So let me, you know what, Dave, I want to talk about what's coming up on the Video Network. You didn't have to remind me.
Oh my gosh, the old timers disease isn't kicking in this week.
No, it's like everything's changing. You know what else too? I forget who mentioned about I'm looking in good shape right now, but a friend of mine who I've known for decades said that he's seen the picture of me lately. He says he thinks I even look younger. Do you see that, Dave?
Well, I don't know. I still see the gray on top. So
no, he thought I looked younger and everything in the pictures I post on social media and stuff. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, see me and Dave's Instagram links down there.
Right.
D Diamond and Crusher Crossen, you got to follow us because we post things on there, a lot of things that you won't see on this show. So you can, get other things. You can get more stuff. I don't know if you follow, or the NWF Instagram. A lot of things will get posted there too. So Instagram is kind of the new social media platform that I really been pushing because there's a lot of. And speaking of which, Dave, we are also live on Instagram right now.
Right, but a piece of advice for those Instagram users: hop off of Instagram
and get over.
Come on over to YouTube.
Because if you comment on Instagram, we can't see it.
Right. And you only get to see an hour of the show on Instagram.
Until it cuts off. So
if you're liking what you're seeing, seeing us two old farts going back and forth.
Yeah, a little bit. And then we're gonna get to the watch along, which is gonna be show 29 here. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But like Dave said, get over here because you can then comment with us and chat like everybody else has been doing here, and we'll bring them in. We bring in every comment here. We don't cherry pick, and we don't pick and choose unless it's inappropriate. If somebody says gobbledygook that shouldn't be said, one of two things will happen. Well, number one, we won't bring the comment, and number two, our channel moderators out there, they'll just eliminate the comment.
Right.
So, we don't take any funny business like that or inappropriateness. But we do take any and all questions. If you want to say Dave and I were a bunch of, we weren't the shit, we didn't know what we were doing, we'll bring those in. We'll talk about it.
Yep. We'll admit at points we, I'll admit, back in the day, I was a drizzling shits, but.
And not only that, the show we're watching today, the very beginning days, Group W Cable Studios, where none of us knew anything yet. This is the growing years.
Yep.
So and like Ricky says, people probably like to get a good laugh out of it too, and they probably do. But at the same time, I know our Gizmo and all those guys, they just love watching this because they love seeing the progression. So
and you see the heart and the passion and the drive that we've had.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Just like that's like the indie wrestling fans totally understand us. The purist wrestling fans out there, and you know who you are, don't get it, and never will get it. The marks, as you like to call them, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't get what we were doing, that's on you.
Yeah.
We were doing what we loved.
Because we had no other avenue to do it.
Right.
We had to create it. There was no avenue. And
we know of a couple people that tried a junior professional wrestling league, but it didn't work out for one reason or another. We took our dream and took it national.
Yeah. And the sad part is then backyard wrestling blossomed after we were done. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of people see what we did and kind of confuse us for backyard wrestling because sometimes we were in a backyard.
Right.
But what they don't realize is it was a cable television show that was being aired all over the country. Just might have been in a backyard setting, but remember the term backyard wrestling was non-existent in those days. And Wayne and I argue about that, but it's true that you might backyarders mean untrained wrestlers, and that we were, but that's the extent of it.
Right.
We don't fall into the rest of the category of the 90s backyard stuff.
Yeah, we never fell into the tropes of the 90s backyard wrestling.
Yeah, we weren't trying to hurt each other like they were. The vast majority of them anyway. All right, let me play the preview of what's coming on the Video Network in a few days here, Dave. On the 15th of the month, this one's going to debut. Let's take a look at this preview. When we're done, we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll talk about the show we're going to watch and get into the watch along. So let's get to the preview.
Yeah.
Setting him up, rolls him over, and a drop toe hold by Mr. X, number one. And he's very satisfied with himself.
Anyway, maybe there's a little bit of a change.
Gonna be and a scoop slam, a big scoop slam. And here's the count, 1, 2.
Rattlesnake, you're a bit vicious. I think some of the things that you did tonight.
Of course I'm vicious. What do you think they call me, the rattlesnake?
And it's one count. What is that? One count.
That's good.
We're seeing some good amateur wrestling from the Rock and Rollers. And it's a double back body drop from the Rock and Roll Express. 1, 2.
I don't think I've seen this move before. You haven't heard The Last of Us, Invaders, and get into that 20-man battle royal.
The rest decided, well, I'm going to throw it out. So he throws out the match. I'd like to have a rematch, but I've got bigger and better things to go on to.
Oh, here come the Barbarians. Look out, look out. Oh, boy. And look at this. They got psyched. And no, wait a minute. Up and over goes the Ice Dragon. Lands on it. 45 seconds. And a double shoulder. Oh, my God. I've never seen that one before.
X, I heard you shouting your mouth off earlier. You're going to go on to bigger and better things, so what much more can you get that's bigger and better, X?
Oops. Take off. Oh, and an elbow to the back of the neck. Butcher and Steenerson haven't stopped double teaming since they got in here. A big body slam. Just nearing its time limit, and a big drop kick right under the chin. Kelsey says pin him. This has got to get over with. The time limit's almost over. 2.
We put Bulldog the Butcher, send him to the hospital. Slick, you stay in the way. You're going to be next.
Pretty Boy Taylor is taking control of this match. And a big elbow.
Slam him hard.
Goes up for a slam on Kid USA. All 3 working a... We need help, ladies and gentlemen, for Kid USA Kelsey. Oh my! Look at this! We don't know how bad Kid USA Kelsey's hurt. That's a...
I hope I broke his arm. I intended to do that.
September 15th. That'll debut on the YouTube membership club for championship members. If you're a championship member on our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see that in full. Or if you're part of our Vimeo network or video network on the Vimeo OTT network, either place, you'll see that on the 15th.
And you know, that's the thing. You get to watch these shows in the full 1080p.
Restoration. Yeah, the full 1080p restoration. Where here, when you watch it with us on the Rewind, we're talking along with it. Plus, it's about half that resolution. Still nice,
right?
But not as cleaned up, not as looking as nice as it will when you watch them on the networks. That was a good show. It was an outdoor taping and a lot of good matches there. And
the infamous arm break incident.
Yeah, with Kelsey, that was so convincing at the time. You know, Steve made it look really good the way he did that. Yep. Obviously, didn't hurt Kelsey at all, but it looked like
Kelsey
it did.
Sold it well.
Oh yeah,
one of the few times Kelsey sold well.
You might be watching, Dave.
Well, you know, hey, what you gonna do, Kelsey?
We got to get Kelsey on a Rewind show with us so we can talk smack with all 3 of us too.
Oh yeah,
we got to get Kelsey on.
Oh, there's tons of people I'd love to bring back on the show.
Kelsey would love to come on the show too with us, I'm sure, for those outdoor tapings. He loves that stuff. He loves those outdoor tapings. He'd probably love to come on with us.
You know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Any of the alum for the NWF, you're welcome to come on with us. Just let us know. Get a hold of Crusher. Get a hold of myself. You see our Instagram links. You know, we're both also on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of them still have your telephone number, Crusher.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Kelsey said he'd love to come on with us again, though. I'm sure we could work it out with Matt. You know, it's just a matter. And Mr. Macho said he wanted to come on at some point. We need to get him on too.
That almost surprises me.
Well, you know, when you actually talk to Mike face to face, I can see it.
Yeah.
Mike's always been kind of a, you know, quiet person outside the wrestling business. I mean, he really to himself and everything, but you know, he's I think he still has, look, anybody that was on our show was on it because they loved it at the time, and those memories don't disappear.
Right.
So,
I mean, we've had very few people that have straight up said, no, I'm not going to do it.
One person I can think of particularly. He has a pizza joint.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. He just doesn't want to, doesn't care to kind of revisit all this, but
What?
he doesn't frown on it either.
No.
So just doesn't want to be in the podcast days with us. Let's see, a couple more comments, and then we'll start the watch along, everybody. We'll skip that wrestling show getting going here. We'll start watching our show 29. This comment, Gizmo Crusher, you need to post a couple of Ricky's earliest matches so we can compare his progression too. You're talking about this early stuff that he was, just about the same level that we were in the very beginning, where he's like, I'll tell you something with Ricky. You remember how Ricky always says I pre-bumped that clothesline that he gave me? That's his big excuse. Crusher pre-bumped it, which I didn't. He keeps saying that, and yet this kid not only pre-bumped a clothesline back in the day, I just watched a training segment with him and John McCann a week ago that John McCann posted, and once again, Ricky tended to pre-bump that clothesline just a little bit. So he's one to talk about pre-bumping anything. Dave, I've never pre-bumped a damn thing in my life. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first I've ever heard of that phrase. So don't use pre-bump with Crusher. Jesus, Ricky. I tell you, that kid's going to get it in that shoot match we do. That's for sure whenever I get out there. And then Sports Video says, that show from 1986, that is almost 40 years ago. The wrestling looked good. Yeah, the wrestling definitely progressed in 86. That's when we had already done a few Armory shows and things were really moving along for us. So that was a good show, and the wrestling was pretty good there. Lots of good moves and stuff. And then Sports Talk says, what is a pre-bump? A pre-bump would be, so like if Dave's going to clothesline me and he cuts his arm up to me, I start to bump back before he's even really hitting me yet. And I'm starting to go into the selling of the move without getting the hit. Usually you wait to get hit and then react.
Right.
It's reacting a little too early is what it is. That would be a pre-bump. And like I said, I didn't know anything about pre-bump until I heard it out of Ricky's mouth.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, maybe he's a pre-bump king.
Dave, you're kind of changing your tone on your boy.
Well,
Rick.
I mean, he's let me down. He's not showing up for shows. I mean,
or Rewind. He's always. Dave has said, please, come on a Rewind with us one of these days. Come on a Rewind, and he ducks and dodges. Yeah, he ducks and dodges.
I mean, I'm starting to wonder if he's afraid of being shown up by me.
That could be. I mean, the captain. The captain of Canary Airlines. I don't know. We'll have to see if he ever shows up anywhere here. I'm assuming he'll show up next week on Forward because our guest is DD Crooks. And by the way, I'm going to say this quick, and then we're going to get the watch long going. DD Crooks is coming on with us next week. And guys, be prepared. DD Crooks is a little bit of a different element for a guest. He's very raw. He's cutting edge. He's very talented. He's one of the best guys they got in NIPW. He's right up there with John and Ricky, if not ahead of them. As far as in-ring ability, he's phenomenal.
Right.
But he's also got a character that's very, very edgy. So just be, I'm just forewarning you guys all that he's going to be kind of a, probably be in character quite a bit, and it's going to be he's part
maybe
of
maybe a little above a PG-13 rating.
A little bit above a PG-13, but still he'll be respectful. But I'm just saying, be ready for DD Crooks. And the reason we're bringing him on next week is because he's facing Ricky for that belt the week after the show next week. And they've been in the ring before, and it was DD Crooks that Ricky won his NXG Junior Heavyweight Championship belt from. So now, this is probably going to be Ricky's biggest, toughest challenge yet. So
right,
it'll be a good match. I'm looking forward to having him on the show and everything. It'll be great. And I'm sure Ricky will show up for that. He doesn't want to, I don't think he'll bail out on that one. We'll see. Now, the show we're watching today is Group W Cable Studio Taping 29. This was in 1984, in December of 84. And I think we were now known as the TWF. We changed our name from TWA to TWF because of that Trans World Airlines deal.
Yep.
having
You
the
got a
same
cease and desist from them, if I'm remembering correctly.
a verbal one to the cable company, yeah, saying, hey, that's our trademark. Don't use our call letters. So we decided we're going to change it to Twin Cities Wrestling Federation then, and that was that. So
Right.
we changed it to Twin Cities Wrestling Federation. A few shows later, we changed it to NWF.
We didn't want to get into a situation like Vince was in battling pandas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was their call letters, and so we, and that's just goes to show you though how blanketed our show was in the Metro. They actually called us on it, and said, hey, this is our an airline company didn't want us using their trademark letters. It goes to show you that back in the day, people tuned into our show on cable, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, that's how big we had gotten is airlines companies were noticing us.
Yeah, I mean that was that was kind of a compliment if you think about it. I didn't mind changing the name. Here's a guy that I remember meeting in Northern Ireland, Callum Blunt. I see you have lots of weight recently, Crusher. Fair play. What have you been doing to get into shape? Oh my gosh, where do I begin with that? I mean, I have it's been a two-part deal really, diet and exercise. Diet and managing calories. And my goal is not only losing weight, but also, building a little bit of muscle. So,
add to his pipe cleaners a little bit.
And then, so doing that, losing weight and building muscle is not easy to do at the same time. And then sometimes you end up losing muscle mass with it, which I did a little bit because I did burn too many calories. I wasn't taking enough calories in. You got to find your calorie deficit. But once I did, and I got it ironed in, now it's going pretty good. And so I go to the gym 6 days a week. I lift weights and strength train 3 days, and I swim the other 3 days. And then I also, initially I do some jogging, but now I do mainly walking, a lot of walking, sometimes 3 to 4 miles a day.
Right.
And then, like I said, calorie management, and then bringing in more protein because especially after a workout. And then just doing proper exercises, like I'm really trying to work my core right now lately. So I've been doing crunches. By the way, guys, when you do crunches, this is just a little tip. A lot of people interlock their fingers behind their neck and they crunch this way. Stop doing that if that's how you do crunches. You're cheating.
Good way to hyperextend your neck.
Well, you're pulling your crunch in. You're not getting the full effect of the crunch. You're going to lightly grasp the side of your heads, elbows out, and crunch that way. And you'll feel it. It's a totally different feeling when you do it the right way because you'll feel that you're working all your ab muscles. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, Callum. I've just been working hard at diet and exercise and sticking to it. Now, that's the thing. Everybody can do this, but a lot of people don't stick to it. And I have been sticking to it. I've got a goal. I'm trying to hit 168 pounds, and I'm only 8 pounds away.
Yep.
So I'm pretty close. And, and there's a reason, there's a method to my madness, and that'll soon be revealed, but why I'm getting in shape. But stay tuned for that. And then, let's see, he says, you should get Nando Libre on. Yeah, Nando Libre would be a great guest. He's another one of those wrestlers out there in NIPW. And
right.
I'm always, I'm a fan of all the NIPW guys. And it'd be fun to have him on. We could have him on a forward show. We should do that one of these times. Should definitely get him on. I think that would be good. All right. Let's get to this early taping now, guys. Again, Dave, are we seeing quality wrestling today?
You're seeing a lot of effort, we'll put it this way.
Yeah, this is the early stuff, folks. This is progression. This is before we were trained. So yeah, get ready to have some laughs a little bit. Some of this stuff. Character-wise is fun. It's fun to watch the characters develop. But man, the wrestling's going to be rough. Not going to lie.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we weren't even in a ring.
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob.
Fabulous Peterson.
Peterson. They're all on the show today, and but like, it's not even a ring. It's just a stage with posts and ropes that look like a ring. And thank God they kicked us out of Group W because that made us grow. we would have never grown in this situation. But when they kicked us out of the cable company station, then we had to make it work, and that's where we were able to build more functional rings and eventually get a professional ring. So
Well, I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, probably what really got us progressing is getting into the boxing ring.
Yeah, Fred Moore's ring, because it was an actual working, again, it was a boxing ring, but it was stiff as a board, though. No bounce on that mat.
No.
It was just wrestling mat pads on concrete, kind of. And so, yeah, bumping was rough. But as kids, we were much more resilient. We could bump and not care. A lot of us bumped in there. I did. Dave's first body slam was in that ring, knocked the wind right out of him.
Yep. Only bump I never kicked out of.
I couldn't kick out. He was trying to catch his breath. All right, one more comment, and then the show's going to start, guys. Damien says, we all like your earlier shows, which was still much better than the backyard shows that later came out. You're talking about like Backyard of the 90s. Yeah, Backyard of the 90s. See, the difference between us, even when we weren't trained here on these early shows in Group W versus Backyard of the 90s is the mentality. Our mentality was try to emulate exactly what we were seeing on TV to the best of our ability, even though we didn't know. But we were trying as hard as we could to make it have the same footprint that you would watch. Backyard was all about pain. How much pain can I do? Let's do light bulbs. Let's do thumbtacks. Let's endure pain. They completely lost the art of professional wrestling.
Exactly the thought that was going through my head.
Yeah. The art of wrestling is to put on a show, to make it look good. Not hurting.
I know our definition of backyard wrestling is different than, say, Wayne's.
Right.
But for me, backyard wrestling is how much pain can I inflict on my opponent? And how much pain can my opponent take?
Right. And that was the vast majority of it.
What we were doing was, let's make it look like we're causing each other great pain, but let's protect each other and put on a good show.
Which is exactly what the mentality is in the business.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why I say we were trying to do it. We just didn't have we had no way to get trained, even if we wanted to. So we had to do our own thing in the beginning. So here we go, folks. Let's start watching the show.
Yep. And I'll piggyback on your comment while we're watching.
And guys, let me know if the audio is good, if you can still hear us talking over this.
I mean, aside from turning Crusher's mic way down.
Yeah, because you don't want to hear Dave too much.
The Kids Twin Cities Professional Wrestling Show.
Yeah, see
coming to you
throughout the ring, which looked like a ring. But you got to remember, in 1984, nothing like this existed anywhere in the country. This was it. So any kid that's seen this were like, how do I get on this show? I want to be on this. We got so many calls from all over the country when we started going national.
Oh, yeah.
You know, of other kids wanting to join, and I had to explain to them, unless you're in Minnesota, man. If you're in New York or Texas, I can't help you.
We can advise you on how to get it going in your area, but...
Then I kind of smartened up, realized I shouldn't put the area code in there anymore. Then they couldn't figure out how to call.
Store cable and UC.
Because remember, back in the day, you didn't need to dial the area code.
Right.
You just dial the number.
Nowadays, you call from, like where I lived to St. Paul, you got to put in the area code.
Yeah. All right, this is one of our first shows we're watching, or maybe second show now, Project Starlight Restoration. So it'll be nice and cleaned up. And we always used to like to
news flash.
Oh yeah, we used to love to do these news flashes, just giving kind of a summary of what happened on the last show and what's going to happen on this show, kind of thing, kind of to build up the show of what we were going to kind of present on the show. I think this looking at the wording here, this looks like something Rob Jacob typed up.
Yep.
It's not me. Because I would never come up with Wang Ho and Ming Shanxi. That's definitely Jacob. Yeah, he was good at coming up with those little write-ups for this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. We all had our role to play.
Back to the TWF with another great show of wrestling action.
Boy, this really restores nice. And when you see it on the network, whether the Championship Club or the Vimeo Network,
another TWF
it's even better.
interview with Rich Taylor.
It looks even better. There's Brian
yeah.
Peterson.
It's great to be back in the
Rich
TWF,
Taylor, great
the
announcer.
Major League of Professional Wrestling. And I got here with me Pretty Boy Peterson, who, if you ask me, doesn't look all that pretty. But hey.
Fabulous one. Don't you get him?
Peterson was a good talker.
Sorry, I just returned.
Better be.
You know, if we could ever get a hold of him,
Fabulous
he'd be another
what do you
fun
got
one to
say
bring
the
on.
folks out there in
Oh, yeah.
TWF land?
First is Sean. No. He took me in the lumberjack match, and then I won him. I would have won. See, and he thinks he's such a hot person, because...
We get the meaning. We get the
Yeah,
meaning.
you know
Brian
what I
caught
mean,
himself there. He's
He
going to
thinks
say the
he's so
wrong
hot.
word.
But I won him in that match. You've seen it.
Yes, I
Seen
did.
with everybody there. Now, if you want to take me for the title, which he's probably too chicken to do, I'll be sure to do it.
I like Brian because he always looked the part. He always dressed
Right.
the part and everything. He's got the
Fabulous
bow
one.
tie on and
I hate to
everything.
tell you, but Crusher Crossen, a personal close friend of mine, is afraid of no man, and you certainly seem to be about half a man.
Then half a man,
I'm just kidding.
half the fabulous one, but a Ford man. Now, I'll take him anytime. And if he's not afraid of me, then why won't he take me for the title match?
I don't know. That's some Crusher Crossen, but I will say I have seen you wrestle. You are a fine wrestler, fabulous one, and I wish you all the luck. Let's go back up to the ring for some TWF action.
Yeah, TWF. That's where we're going by now.
Yep.
You know, I'll tell you an interesting story about this match coming up once we get back to it again.
Back now.
See, this is what we used to do to get people to
Okay,
join. They would
and
call
then
these
next match-
numbers.
Oh, as you can see, for more information, call.
And this is how we got some, a lot of wrestlers would join just from
John
calling these
Crusher
hotlines.
Or else
Right.
427-1501.
I don't know if you see the comment coming in.
Okay, now.
Volume's a little low. Okay,
Okay, the
fix
next
that.
match is Kid Kelsey weighing in at 105 against Mr. Wonderful
There,
Walker
turned it up a little bit.
out of Missouri, weighing in at 95 pounds.
So, Mr.
Can
Wonderful
he get a win
Walker.
against Kid
Um,
Kelsey? There's no chance of Kid Kelsey winning. I can kick.
he went on to do some.
Okay, Kelsey.
So
you
late,
have
I
a
haven't.
great advantage here.
I followed him a
You'll
little bit
win
on
first.
Facebook in recent
Yes,
years,
with
and
the
I'd say about
waistband.
20 years, 30 years ago, he got into Ultimate
Okay.
Fighting, not UFC, but
Well, now
cage
to
fighting.
live action
Right.
here.
So he actually did some serious cage
Okay,
fighting.
we're
This
ready to get
kid.
this match underway
Hard,
here.
you know, little scrawny kid
between
right
Mr.
here, but
Wonderful Walker
he actually went on
and
to do
Kelsey.
cage fight. I think it's crazy.
Hi, this is Rich Taylor back here. You
Well, I
so much
mean,
glad to be back.
it's
Suspended
like
for
we've
one
said
show.
before.
Fined $1,000, but hey,
We
I'm
may have been
back.
the Kids Pro
Very
Wrestling
good.
League, but
As
Hope you
I
sit
was
down
saying
on, sit
before,
on down.
you know,
and
at
enjoy
least
the
two
show.
of our
Walker out of
wrestlers
Missouri.
went on to
Lots of
become
matches coming up.
professional
You see there,
athletes.
Kid Kelsey.
Yeah. And this is one of Kelsey's early matches
You know,
here.
I'm under the understanding that
See, like Kelsey trying to do a
Merciless Mike
hamstring
Acker
pull
will be
there.
coming to take over
But
the network for you.
Walker sells
That
it
shot-
well.
It's all
That
yours,
shot looked a
Merciless.
little low.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rich.
See,
Whoa.
see how Walker's still limping?
Okay,
He's
now
selling
Yep.
it well.
here also.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, kids like Walker and his brother,
This match,
Superfly Rich, his
Ray?
older brother,
Well, I think
they got it. They
Kid
got the
Kelsey
art. This is
will
what I'm
win
talking about
that
with the art of wrestling.
strictly
Let's put on a
because
show.
he
Let's
has
sell
a
it.
experience
Not
advantage
try to hurt each other.
and the weight advantage, as he
Exactly.
admitted to himself.
And that's where the
yes.
this is where the passion
I
is
think
coming in,
that
guys.
Kelsey
This is what
will
I'm
win
talking
too.
about. This is how indie
He's
fans
trying
understand the
to-
passion side of all this.
Of his weight advantage.
Purist wrestling
Exactly.
fan,
And
the
also
purist
because-
wrestling fans never get it, Dave. They look at this and
Yes,
say,
as
"Oh
you
my
said,
gosh, you
it
guys
is
aren't trained. You're not in a
advantage.
professional ring. You're not in the right environment. You're not WWE wrestlers. What are you doing this for?"
you
That's a
can see-
purist.
Right.
This is our first
And
wrestler out of Minnesota.
look, I've heard that for decades, and I just goes in
Walker,
this year and out this
yes,
year
Mr.
when I hear that
Wonderful.
shit.
Well, I mean, you know,
He's from Missouri. Do you think this is new frontiers?
They
You
even
know-
frown on the indie guys, these
Oh,
purists.
definitely. I
A
mean,
lot
of
I've
them.
never had a
Yeah.
wrestler
But, you know,
from
I
out of
mean,
state before.
you look at what we're
And,
doing,
I think it'll be a good,
and
it'll be a,
there's people that have been
it'll be a
worldwide
plus
famous
for the
that have
TWA here
found
now
out
that we've got
about what we
national-
did,
TWF,
Mhm.
excuse me.
and they
Still
enjoy
have
it.
to get used to that
Oh
name.
yeah.
It'll take
Yeah, not
I
everybody.
mean-
We've had
It'll
former
take
pro
a
wrestlers that have been in the
while, but
business
now we're
in
finally getting the national
the leagues that have talked
national
about us.
attention that we deserve.
We've even
Yeah.
had those guests on
A
this
great
show.
wrestling association or federation.
You know, I
whatever
mean,
you're
one,
Um,
you know,
Uh-oh,
not to
Dave.
just
both
Uh-oh.
What?
wrestlers look very good.
Referee
But
just
Kid
entered.
Kelsey, as I said before, will win
And
this
there's
match
one thing wrong here.
because of his experience.
I see.
And,
I
his
already
weight.
know.
That ref shirt is
Sean
not
Crossen
tucked
is the
in.
referee. We have a very
Who the hell is that guy?
match coming up, the title match.
Not
between
tucking that
Crusher
ref
Crossen
shirt in.
and that very kid wrestling, or the fabulous.
You know, I
Walker.
can't get a good
Believe
shot
that's
of the
his name.
face, but
Mr. Wonderful Walker, that's his name. He will wrestle Crusher Crossen.
Could that be
And,
Crusher
the
Crossen
reason
reffing?
This is such a
Maybe.
controversial match.
that's
First
kind
of
of what
all,
I'm
we have many
thinking, you know.
wrestlers, on
Crusher
Jack
Crossen
Jacobs
always preaches,
in Jack
tuck in the
Jacobs'
shirt.
plan that want
Yeah, I know, and I don't do it myself.
Crusher Crossen, but this kid will get to wrestle him because he's the only one that hasn't wrestled him for a little while, and he's never been here.
You know, I would give it
size
a 99.99% chance
who will win that match.
that would have been our
But the
referee,
other
Sean
news is
Cross.
Jackknife Jacob will be the guest referee, as you saw on our news flash.
I don't know why he doesn't have the shirt
He
tucked
will
in.
be the referee,
Walker,
I wouldn't be
I wish
surprised if
Walker.
I saw
So
some foul play there.
Jerry, his name is Jerry. Jerry Walker was younger brother of Rich Walker, Superfly Rich. Now Superfly Rich stayed with us for quite a while. But Walker, Jerry, he only did a few shows and then he never came anymore. And I wished he would have because I think Jerry was just as good, if not better, than Rich.
I have a feeling that he's just not.
Right.
And he really he loved wrestling. I just don't know why he didn't keep coming though.
And he's a very nice man.
But he was
Well,
good at
maybe
it.
it was a bit more than what he thought it would be.
And we had a
Maybe.
very good conversation about the state of the TWF, Twin Cities Wrestling
Kelsey's
Federation.
got a full Nelson
And
on
it
him.
seems to be getting better all
I
the
mean,
time.
even at
What
the
can I
level
say?
we were at,
We're not
Notice the
stopping
holds
yet.
though,
We
Dave.
started
The
with
holds,
Crusher Crossen
the moves
Right.
and the holds. That's what we're trying to do. We're
with a
trying to
couple of
emulate
4 matches
what's been
in.
what happens in the business at
And,
that time. At that
Right.
time,
VCR cameras.
1984. They weren't doing
Where we
hurricanradas.
are
They weren't
today.
doing all
Not
this
quite, not
technical
even a
stuff
year
you see
later.
today
Group
of
W
this really
Studios
high
in
risk,
Anoka,
high caliber
Minnesota.
moves. It was more of this kind of
Doing-
stuff.
And
Camel
now we're
clutch.
starting to get some national attention with out-of-state wrestlers.
That's what Kelsey's
What
doing
can you
right now.
say? And we have a lot of people to thank for that.
Actually, that was a surfboard, but same move.
right.
Say that article.
The only difference between a surfboard and a
helped
camel
us out
clutch is a
little.
surfboard. You don't hook the legs over your arms.
I don't know. We've had some people calling in wanting to
And
join,
Kelsey didn't, so.
but right now we are getting sort of plumb full of wrestlers, as you could say.
Mike's talking about recruiting wrestlers. I like Rich Taylor because he always dressed the part for our announcer. He always looked good like this.
In a moment.
Yep.
That's what I liked about
Rich
Rich.
Taylor out there.
And we've already commented on the one drawback for
Match
Rich.
right away. We are not
Bigger
going
than
to
us.
offer anything
Yep.
that benefits you.
Yeah, he was in 11th grade, I believe, at the
Not doing
time,
the
where I was
announcing
in
job that we
9th.
should
So he's
on
2 years
matches,
older
but
than
we
me.
had a lot to
But
talk
he was
about
big.
on the
He's a big
progress
guy.
of the TWF,
Yeah.
which we are very proud of.
Great match there between Kid Kelsey
But
and,
very good at announcing and
and Mr.
commentating.
Wonderful Walker.
The winner, you're waiting the official decision of the winner of this match. And we will await the next match, and we'll see as it comes along.
Your winner in an elapsed time of 3 minutes and 45 seconds, Kid Kelsey.
Kid Kelsey, the
And
official.
now, if I could, I'd like to call Jackknife Jacob into the studio.
Okay, I'm
Maybe
done.
not. Jackknife's probably chicken, but hey,
But
that's
he's
okay.
standing in the camera there.
Well,
I'd like to introduce the next match,
who knows?
which is
Jackknife's a sly guy.
the man.
Oh,
a
Brian
non-title
Peterson
match,
coming
I
in.
might add. The man I just talked with, Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Excuse me, the fabulous one out of Florida, weighing in at 90 pounds. The fabulous one.
90
He'll be
pounds? He
wrestling,
had to
of
weigh
course,
more than that.
You all know him, the TWF heavyweight champion.
I'd be
the
surprised if he was
Crusher
90.
Crossen. And it's a non-title match once again, ladies and gentlemen. But first, if I could, I'd like to get Jackknife Jacob into the studio. Jackknife Jacob, are you out there? If you are, get your lily white butt in here.
But see, that was the ring, you guys. It was a stage with 4
Don't
posts
attack
and
my
the
magic,
ropes.
You hear?
What are you
Yep.
gonna do about it, punk?
What was cool though is at the time
I just
it finally looked like a ring. Before it was just the
Same
stage. For many
Oh,
many
here
shows
he
it was
comes.
just that stage without the ropes.
Right.
The sneaky
So
snake
this was
himself,
for us at the
Jackknife
time
Jacob.
was a big deal to have this look like a ring.
I thought you'd learned your lesson when you got fined last time. I guess you're just too sly to admit that you're stupid. Now let me say
Jacob is a
first
good
of all
heel.
why I'm not wearing my regular outfit. I went to the hospital the other day. It was a sad story. This poor child, he was dying of cancer. His only request was that he wanted my uniform. So I, out of the goodness of my heart, gave it to him.
Jackknife, get off your kick, whatever you're on. I just got one thing to say to you. You may have had me fined and suspended, but I'm back now. And I've never held my tongue for no man, and I ain't gonna do it for some lowlife like you. So I'm gonna say what's on my mind from now on and forever. And if this chump don't want his teeth knocked out, I suggest you tell him to stop messing with me.
Yeah, Brian would antagonize everybody. I'm telling you, man. He get under everybody's skin.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
care. You can bar me, you can do whatever. I still will hold my tongue for no man. I will be no man. Punching bag.
You can hear the music now.
I hear the Crusher's music.
TWA
Yeah.
champion. You're twice for me, man.
Used to be Eye of the
Appreciate
Tiger.
you
We had
pointing
to
out the crowd.
change it.
Behind him, his favorite
But-
partner.
Copyright
First,
issues.
like that.
And here he is now,
Right.
the TWF heavyweight champion, Crusher Crossen. Say a few words to the folks, Crusher.
Rich, I know you got suspended because of that big mouth jackknife. We all know here at the TWF always attitude then. But regardless, I'm just gonna try. We're gonna win this match with Peterson.
There's Merciless Mike.
Crusher,
Here's an interesting comment while we're waiting for this match to start. They let you say Lily White Butt on TV back then. Must have upset Old Man Tronson. Yeah, Lily White Butt. There's nothing wrong there. There's no swear words there.
Exactly.
So we get away with that. If we say any kind of swear words, though, that's where it started drawing eyebrows. Yeah, our audio's drowned out from the Eye of the Tiger song being taken out.
Let's get this match underway.
Right.
Versus the fabulous one.
Start to hear the lyrics of Eye of the Tiger a little bit.
Jackknife Jacob being barred from the ring. Now let's go up to the booth for the play-by-play.
Yeah, but anytime you're in the ring with Brian, so I like Brian. He has an all nice look, you know, with the bow tie and the nice shirt and pants, and then he undresses and he also looks the part in the shorts.
Right.
So Brian always tried to, you know, look the part. He looks better than I do in there actually, as far as what he's wearing. I got the camouflage pants on. I used to wear the camouflage pants a lot in the early days. It was either that or the parachute pants that I would wear.
Yep.
Brian was a rough one though. Like he stiff, whatever you want to call it. You got hit by Brian, you felt it.
Right.
He's kind of like Thandar in that respect. But if there's anybody that can handle Brian, it's me. I can definitely, and I'll get ready. I'll hit him back just as hard as he hits me.
You know, it's like I've said before. What I would like to see would have been a Thandar Brian Peterson match.
Yeah. Like I said, they did wrestle each other in the October Armory, but it was not the same. Brian had just come back.
Right.
Would have been nice to see him when Brian was more in like these days.
Right.
Yep, running guys in the ring posts. It's kind of stuff we'd see on All-Star Wrestling at the time, so we do the same.
Yep.
My early drop kicks.
Not much airtime.
Not much airtime, but landing on a hardwood stage, mind you, but no give on this stage either, Dave.
that particular
Well, it's like I
armbar,
said,
as I saw when
it's
I closed
a
up
tough
that
call to say which one
one
would
of the
be
very
a
painful
harder bump.
submission moves.
This
Right.
ring or Fred Moore.
Figure four.
Heck am I doing
Boy,
here?
people love that.
It's not the figure four. It's trying to, well, I guess it is now, but didn't do it right though. Didn't go into it right.
Nope.
Eventually I'd learn that properly though. This is just the early stuff.
Well, as we've said, this is our growing phase.
Yep. Yeah, there goes the work phone.
Yep.
It's 8 o'clock, everybody.
Okay. Well.
Oh. Trying to climb and go off the top ropes too on these bungee cord turnbuckles was almost impossible.
I mean, going off the top rope
Comes off the top.
there was like going off the middle rope.
Yeah, it's just you couldn't really stand on the top rope.
We'd like to know that
When we got in the garage, we actually started using turnbuckles and
we have
stuff.
recovered
Proper turnbuckles and everything and steel posts. Then we could do it.
champion
Right.
TWF
You finally figured out that you needed
belts.
to brace
One is
the
still
bottom
Peterson, who
of the
used to be
post.
Yep.
He refuses to give it up. We might have to take this into the arms of the law.
Eye rake. That was a common move back in the 80s.
Oh,
And that one there, running the eyes over the top rope. Gosh, that was all the time.
the neck, very painful move.
Very common move.
Jeez. Oh, it's a kick to the throat of Peterson. Attempted flying drop kick.
Oh no, I hear the eye of the tiger coming up again.
Oh, Crusher. I think he happens to love that move.
I don't know why the music's playing again.
I don't know either.
And then it drowns out our commentating. Yeah. Brian wasn't too bad. Brian would get a lot rougher as shows went on.
Right.
Not too bad in this one.
I don't know. Some of those punches you were just throwing looked like maybe Brian was getting under your skin. So
Yeah, it did look like that. I mean, what I was doing there was checking on him, I think, after that slam. Anytime I get down low like that, I'm talking to him.
yeah, it's looking like things are getting a little heated between the two of you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Brian, he just was rough. It was rough with
Right.
you. Most of the kids he could run over like a bull, but some of us he couldn't get away with it. He could never get away with it with me. But he wouldn't hesitate to try.
Well, you know,
He's a big oxy kid. Look how big he is compared to me. I mean, he's a big kid.
you know, he's trying to prove that he deserves a title shot.
Yeah. I think they said this was a non-title match, though, if I
Right.
remember. For the TWF title. Small package, kind of. I'm going after Kelsey. Yeah, I'm not happy right now. I don't know what happened here.
Well, maybe that was supposed to be the finish and he botched it.
Maybe. Brian went to a full Nelson.
That was kind of Brian's go-to, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, Mike's coming in. Well, what's going on here? If the match is over or what? Oh, maybe Kelsey called the match. That's why I was mad at Kelsey, because he disqualified him or something.
I don't know.
The decision of this match was the time limit ran out.
Oh, a time limit.
Okay, time limit ran out, so it's a draw. It's a draw, ladies and gentlemen.
We didn't
Now
hear the
we're
regular
going for the
commentating because the
initial
music was playing. We had to take it out for copyright.
This next match will be.
I'm gonna challenge match here to the jackknife. The weasel, the wimp. Yeah, as Rich put it there, quite fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, there has been some misconfusion.
Peterson will be barred from the ring. Yes, he will.
Unfortunately, we have some misconfusion.
Okay.
The winner of that
Misconfusion.
match
You ready to start
was
the
a
next
mass
match?
disqualification.
I'd like to add something here. I don't know if Sean pointed this out earlier,
Brian's hitting his
but as
shirt
Rob
back on.
said to reporters,
We'll repeat, mass disqualification on the last match.
better. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Me and Sean just proved then that you're losing your touch because we both beat ya.
I wasn't ready for that match, Seth. And my man's gonna be in my corner whether you like it or not. Just get that on your mind that you can bar my. Hello, folks. This is Ray Johnson here. Free country reporting. Much right to have my man on one of the biggest rivalries. You better watch your step there, Rob. In TWF history, which puts Merciless Mike Ackerman.
Kelsey's trying to bar Peterson from the ring.
Jacob. This was on Jackknife Jacob.
Shows you what a wimp he is.
Rich Taylor will be joining me soon to announce.
Okay, we're ready for the next match here. We got in this corner
to hear the match.
to my right,
Sounds like I'm in the control room.
Merciless Mike Ackerman, part of the Crusher Crossen family. And in this corner we got, well, we really don't want to say it, but we got to, so. We got Jackknife, also known as Weasel, Wimp, Weenie Arms, whatever you want to call him, Jackknife Jacob.
Weenie Arms.
Yeah.
I already said it once, Jackknife. You can bar me, you can send me whatever. I'll still gonna say what I want to.
Peterson interferes twice. Jackknife.
Oh, Peterson's outside managing. I see that.
Hey, there you hear from the referee, Kid Kelsey. You interfere twice. Okay, just a second. You interfere twice. Your butt's out of here. Okay. All right. We're ready to start off with blow-to-blow action. We'll go down to the studios now for commentary.
I just like the way the Starlight Restorations restored everything. I think it looks so much better now, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, this
Well,
is...
with the way
Go ahead, Dave.
With the way it originally looked, you could hardly see people's faces. Now you can actually tell who people are.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no, like, weird distortions or... Like, normally faces right now would look like
Okay, we're underway in
aliens.
this match with Jackknife
In the
Jacob
other
versus Merciless
restoration,
Mike
you know?
Ackerman. Jackknife Jacob moving out on top. He's got an
Why is my
over-the-top
camera not there?
chokehold on
Why am I...
Merciless. Whether or not he can
What happened to
beat
my
him, no,
video?
there's a karate thrust right to the
I have no clue.
jugular artery in the neck.
Can you hear me, dude?
Now he's got a full Nelson.
I can
on,
hear
a very
you.
painful hold. Uses a submission hold
Huh.
in the previous match.
Hang
And
on,
there
did
you
my
see
camera... Did
a
I...
semi-atomic drop. Merciless Mike Ackerman.
If I
I thought
accidentally-
maybe you were doing something off camera. And
No, I just noticed it's not there.
I've never seen him move out and attack opponent like he's
the hell?
Like he's doing now.
Oh, you know what?
Over there by Merciless Mike.
I think I accidentally unplugged. I think I hit the cord on my foot here.
Now sprawling around like a
Like,
chicken
hang
with
on.
his head cut off.
I can fix
As Jackknife would be if you were indeed a chicken. And there you see
Sorry
there
about
knee
the
lift.
technical issue on
A
the
knee
video,
lift to the
but
other knee of Jackknife Jacob, and Jackknife
Yeah.
is now
it's part of being live.
wandering around.
I'm
Doesn't know
back.
whether he split or horseback. And there's a clothesline. A patented move from Crusher Crossen, ladies and gentlemen, by Merciless Mike Ackerman.
Yeah, Damien points
tried
out.
to set up for the skull cracker, but Jackknife
Yeah,
saw
dropkick
the
was a
block,
little low,
picked up
closer to the
Merciless Mike.
knees
Now it looks
than
like
the shin.
Jackknife's got a hit of steam going again.
You improved on that.
there it is,
Yeah,
a
I was
missed
drop
flying
kicking in the
drop kick.
beginning.
Merciless Mike blocked,
You
but
know,
he took
plus
some of the
landing on
ball
this
first, so he
hardwood
wasn't
stage.
able
I
to
had
launch
just
an
learned the
offensive.
drop kick just
And now
recently
just
in these
kinda-
days.
There's another drop kick
Right.
this time. It connects.
So over
Merciless
time,
Mike
I got
on
it better and
uppercut
better.
in a bad way. The Jackknife now moves on the offensive. He's got him in a corner. What's he doing?
I think Jacob throws a
Jackknife
drop
truly
kick
a
too, but
showman,
his
truly a
hit like the
showman.
midsection
But
in
sometimes
this
it gets in
match.
his way. That and his cockiness.
I don't know if it happened yet, but
Gonna get him in trouble one of these days. And I tell you, the fact
Nice
that
reversal.
taking shots at me,
Yeah.
that's one way to get in trouble really quick.
yeah, Mike was a real like
No, he's not.
amateur
As you see there,
grappler kind of
a roll-
wrestler.
A head
Right.
scissors.
Yeah, he loved.
A head scissors by Merciless Mike on Jack.
That was his
Hit him a
real
couple times.
forte,
Merciless,
was
there you
that
go,
style
there
of
you go.
wrestling.
A couple shots to the top of the head.
Mike's
Don't
move that he'd
catch
love
up,
to
they
do
made
is the
some a lot of
airplane spin.
knots.
I don't know if he does it in this one, but
And there you see the fabulous one, Peterson in the corner. What's so fabulous about him? I
Man,
don't
such a
know.
good
All I know is
mouth.
He looks like a clown in that.
Oh yeah. Or Bobby
But-
Heenan.
oh yeah,
That's his prerogative. That's fine with me, just as long as
he
doesn't
could go
step
toe
in
to
mine-
toe with Ricky.
in my business.
Oh
He'll
yeah.
find
Or
really
as-
quickly.
on the
He'll get
mic, he was good.
a face full of knuckles, as he did tonight.
He's a good manager,
Didn't mean
you
to
know,
do
as,
that,
as
folks.
well as a
Sorry, It's not
wrestler.
my job, but when wrestlers start attacking me, you know, hey, you just gotta
Take a chair
gotta
shot
stick up
there
for yourself. And
for kids
Peterson's another
anyway.
Jackknife
Not gonna
fan.
nail him
We all
hard.
know there's no love lost
Right.
between me and Jackknife. Now Merciless
I know
Mike
there was an
Jackknife
interview
down on
that
the
me and
canvas,
Rob
putting
did
it
for
to
Rich
him,
Taylor's show. Rich
getting
had
in a
a
reverse
show
toe
on
hold.
cable, and
Yeah.
me and Rob did a little
Down on the
bit,
mat.
Jackknife and Crusher.
Jackknife just kinda
And Rob
sitting there,
wanted
not
me to
doing
take a
much of
metal chair and
anything.
hit him
Doesn't
as
even look
hard
like
as I
he's
could, and
moving.
I did. I hit him so hard
Our camera.
that I think I gave him a goose egg.
Right.
And I remember Rich was like, "What are you
There's a kick
guys
out there by
doing?" Like
Jackknife.
afterwards,
With
like
an
he didn't
attempted
expect
pin
us
by
to get
Merciless
that
Mike
rough.
Ackerman. Now once again he goes for the pin, and once again it's a count of 1, a count of 2, and a kick out by Jackknife Jacob. Or Jealous Jacob, as he's more popular called, but Crusher Crossen. Ooh, a bolo punch.
Looked like a pretty good, solid punch,
It's a
actually,
bolo
didn't it?
punch.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're mad at each other or what.
Well,
When's
I
that would
haven't
happen?
seen anything to be mad about.
I haven't either.
Normally, I'm pretty good at picking up on those things.
No, if it was Brian and Mike, I could see that getting out of hand because Brian and Mike would get into it a lot
Right.
inside the ring. They'd get at each other. But Rob was pretty smooth and easy to go on and stuff. He'd never really get mad for real.
As you see there, Merciless
We would
Mike
always
and Jackknife
alternate.
Jacob
Like
kind
right
of
now,
in
we
a
got the black
standoff.
curtain around the ring. Sometimes we'd go to the blue curtain. So it'd either be the blue curtain
Right.
or the black curtain that we'd use in the studio.
Drop kick by Merciless Mike, but he seemed to take the brunt of the blow himself, and both men are down now, struggling to get up. Merciless Mike first one up, but he's knocked down again by the swinging legs of Jackknife Jacob.
You know, I was just thinking about something,
Jackknife
Crusher.
Jacob kind of like
What's
a
that?
snake, you never know where those legs are
Next
gonna
year,
come.
we're gonna have to make.
It is a flying drop kick to the midsection.
Hang on a
And
second,
Merciless
Dave.
Mike
There's
in
that
a
drop
bad
kick
way
by
now.
Rob I was talking
Where's
about.
the
It hit a little
crunch
low,
we need
though.
him most?
What was that?
Next
It
year,
is.
we're gonna have to
Oh,
think about
flying elbow
making
smash
those
on Merciless Mike.
fall
What a
brawl
pin.
shirts.
Yeah, I mean, I got 2
That's
of our
3.
4 armory shirts done.
Yeah.
That's a count
Got
of
to
3,
do the
and
Fall
Jackknife
Brawl,
Jacob is
and I
your
got to
winner.
do Superstars 87.
Let's go to the ring for more all-star action.
I always said I already proved to myself and the world that I am the champ. Remember that, Ackerman.
Oh, Jacob won the match, huh?
Yep.
Here comes Rich Taylor.
Like, get you to come back up in the ring for a minute.
You better not ever trip me again.
Jackknife, I got to admit, I've never seen you come out with any more fervor and more hatred and move faster against an opponent than you did tonight. You looked mighty impressive, Jackknife. Why is that?
Well, thank you for once.
As you know, he
But I
is
just-
the other part of the fabulous one.
Yeah. But I'd just like to point out, he's the one that used the chair, not me this time.
If I may say so, I find it hard to believe myself, but perfectly clean match by Jackknife Jacob.
Thank you.
I must congratulate you. Good job. Okay, and now if we get you to stay up here for a second, Jackknife, we'd like to have Merciless Mike Ackerman say a few words.
He doesn't need to stay in the ring. I'd just like to say, Jackknife, that I will never
Oh, the
lose
TWF
this
tag
belt
team belts.
to your side.
It's up on the wall back there.
You're claying a
Yep.
The championship belt to our side.
You're claying a
Another
crud.
belt.
You're claying a crud will never win.
You got Todd and we got G.
Okay. Next match coming right up. We got the heavyweight champion of the TWF. That's right, Crusher. That's you, Crusher Crossen, and Kid Kelsey. Excuse me. Versus. Are you wrestling?
Brian can't keep his mouth shut, man.
Tag team against these two in tag team. Oh, don't tell me you never signed it. I don't care. This is a match.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Okay, you heard it, folks. Straight from the champ's mouth. We got Crusher Crossen and Kid Kelsey versus the fabulous ones of Peterson and Jackknife Jacob.
It's a tag team match. I wonder who's reffing.
No clue. I mean, so far it's either been you or Kelsey.
I don't see a. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's Jerry. Mr. Wonderful Walker.
Merciless because he's sort of tired
It's in our
after
first match.
match there with the Jackknife.
And he doesn't have the shirt tucked in.
Well, I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're
But look,
just
when I'd wrestle, I'd tuck my shirt in, right?
versus-
Just wouldn't do it when I ref for some reason.
Peterson going right. Work on Kid Kelsey's neck.
So Brian Peterson and Matt Kelsey in the ring right now, they were neighbors and they fought growing up all the time. So they had no problem swinging at each other in that ring. And I would go toe-to-toe with Brian myself, like I said.
Just a great match.
Things are getting out of hand in this tag team match.
Okay, let's hear. Jackknife
Crusher's due for a haircut here, I'm thinking, too.
Yeah.
Those 80s mop hairdos we had.
Crusher taunting the Jackknife.
It's going to do a drop kick, it looked like.
Crusher going to work on Jackknife. Jackknife a little tired, not much from that last match.
Bear hug.
Oh, what's this? Oh, that was a good
You
bear
just
hug.
didn't have the leverage on you.
Now
No.
Peterson entering with
Here comes Brian.
Crusher trying to give him a kick to the midsection, but Peterson avoiding it.
Yeah, you just got to get rough with Brian, just like he gets rough with you. It's the way to do
Yeah.
Brian.
Referee counting a pin. And there's Jackknife trying to interfere with the match. There's Crusher, who I'm surprised Jackknife didn't grab them. Peterson now grabbing Crusher. Jackknife entering, and so is Kid Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Kelsey. Tommy
They don't know what they're going to do here, do they?
Nope.
saying you want to play Mercy.
Kelsey, such a showman. A lot of dusty roads in Kelsey.
Yeah.
As far as the showmanship.
Flying drop there from Jackknife. Crusher now.
You know, he was a big influence with the NWA, so he loved watching Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and all those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Weaseling out. Here comes Peterson. Attacking the ref.
This referee's having a hard time keeping this match in control.
Yeah, this match is long out of control.
It's confusing to say what's going on.
Let's see, Damien says,
Jackknife.
just a funny note, during this video, Brian Peterson was seen outside the ring, picking up and neatly folding his shirt and putting on a seat. Was Brian a neat freak? God, I'm trying to remember if he was or not. He always liked to look professional, whether it was in the ring wrestling or dressed up before a match. Many times he'd come in dressed up and he'd have to undress because that's how he was. He had he always had that image.
He was attempting to hit
And
Peterson. The jackknife, but jackknife.
you know, and I mean fully dressed, like with the bow tie and everything.
Chelsea.
Right.
Trying
Yep.
to keep the chair from hitting himself now.
And then he'd always have like just shorts on, like this. Very common for Brian to wrestle in just shorts.
Crusher now being pounded.
You know, Brian liked to go shirtless. So did Todd Campa, Killer Campa. He always another one always liked to wrestle shirtless.
Yep. Crusher outside the ring. Match is getting out of hand. Here comes Kelsey.
Yeah.
Peterson to Crusher. Sorry about that. Just there.
Oh, comes a metal chair.
Thomas.
Now the thing is, we all hit somewhat with the metal chair. Brian Peterson, he'd smack you with that chair. You'll notice when he hits you with it.
Going after
The difference.
chair. Ooh, right into the side. Oh, that's
See if
very
Brian gets his
painful.
hands on this chair and watch him how when he hits you with it. He doesn't play. He just hits you with it.
Twice there.
You can hear that thunk.
And again. And I can tell that one hurt.
That chair away.
And I was mad.
Get away from him.
Yeah, I was mad at him. Yeah, Brian,
By the way, this ref,
he hit
for some
Mike
reason,
so hard with
he's
that
on-
chair that he damn near gave him a
with-
concussion.
Sort of with the
I
jacket
believe it.
and-
A few shows later, yeah.
I know he's a very brand new wrestler from Missouri, as I said. And in the meanwhile, here as a
Looks like our stream on
Crusher
Instagram
went
ended
myself
Yep.
20 minutes ago.
thinking about it, and we're thinking
Well,
about
you know,
taking in
I'm sorry for anybody who is watching that you're missing out on the action, but
but we're thinking
Yeah.
in the meanwhile, here Crusher entering against Jackknife with this. Oh, flying.
Yeah, the drop kicks were still in development, guys.
yeah.
Jackknife thinking he's got it.
But the fact that we're throwing them even to that level,
Judo chop there.
you know, at least we're starting
Crusher
to
trying to
work
reverse
on making
this.
progress.
Oh, Peterson grabbing hold.
Peterson screwed up my move.
Cheap.
Whatever I was going to do.
miss.
A drop kick again, kind of. It's amazing to see me drop kick like this and knowing how I got so good with it later on.
Jackknife going
Right.
after. Peterson now entering.
Yeah, the only drawback to this is the ring was so small you could tag out at any
Crusher going
point.
into Jackknife's knee. Trying to take off with Kelsey now, but
Let's see. Sports Talk
keeping him from
says,
the corner.
Crusher, no offense, but you look tiny in this ring. What were you, 80 pounds? Gosh, an 84 at this time?
Jackknife beating
Probably
Kelsey
80,
now.
90 pounds, somewhere in there. I
Me and
mean,
Deathlock still.
maybe 100, but
The ref is down.
I'd say probably between 90 and 100, honestly. Peterson said he weighed 90 pounds. I think Peterson weighed more than 90. I want to say Peterson at least 110.
Right.
Well, I don't think we'll have any.
Oh, new member of our YouTube member. Somebody just joined us. 3D Zoe joined our one of our memberships on YouTube, Dave.
Much appreciated.
And anytime that happens, it always comes in as a comment, and we have to point it out. We appreciate the memberships, everybody. Remember, memberships support us, and so Dave and Ricky both help also get a percentage of our memberships, so they appreciate
Well,
it.
that's if Ricky will show up for a show.
That's true. That is true.
You know, that's the one thing that I'm going to say is, you know, you don't show up for work, you don't get paid.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, right?
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
It's like next month when I go on my trip, I don't have the PTO to cover it, but you know, got to be there for the kids.
Right. This one's got a good question here. Why we don't have any audio because it's all been probably because of music issues, guys. If you don't hear any audio, it's because there's some kind of copyrighted song playing and we couldn't take it out.
Right.
Well, wait, I hear the audio back again now. But anyways, he says, did the wrestlers in your company hang out together outside of your wrestling show? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, a lot of the guys were all friends away from the ring.
I'll tell you a funny story.
Is this county fair story?
Yep. You know I was going to bring that up, didn't you? It was around this time, actually, or right around this time. I think this is 1984 in the summer, maybe a few months earlier. But we all went to the county fair. Me, Mike, Merciless Mike, the guy in the blue there, myself, Jackknife Jacob, and Killer Campa. Killer Campa not on the show today, but 4 of us went to the county fair, and they were doing that back in the day. The cable company would do live interviews on the strip of the fair, talking to just anybody. And when they seen us 4 coming, they knew us. Like, oh my gosh, it's TWA wrestlers. TWA then. TWA wrestlers. We got Crusher Crossen and we got Jackknife, you know. And I was like kind of kayfabing it, Dave, because I'm like, oh my gosh, these are heels and baby faces together. We can't have this.
Right.
And I can't, someone was like, I don't know what these guys are doing here. Me and Merciless are here, and we kind of run into these guys. I don't know what they're, you know, I tried to play it off, but
right.
Trying to protect the business.
All right, fellas, that's enough. That's enough. The bell's
Well,
on.
you know,
Ref,
back
what's
in the
your
day,
decision?
kayfabe was real.
But yeah, we did hang out a lot.
Bringing foreign objects.
Okay, that's the decision. Double
Walker
disqualification.
disqualified. Double
Both teams are
DQ
history.
again.
No winner in the match.
We never brought in a foreign object. Those bozos did. Yeah, come on, chicken.
Rich, all I know is that jealous Jacob, the weasel of the whole clan of that weasel family, they're dead next show. We have short timing today, but next show they're dead. We have plenty of hours.
Is that a challenge, Crusher?
You betcha.
Okay, challenge, Jackknife. Jackknife, do you accept the challenge?
Yeah, I do, and we're going to beat you.
Well, we'll have to wait and see on the next show, folks. This is about all for now. This is
this the end of the show already?
For
I
Mrs.
think
Mike
so.
Ackerman
No, there's
saying,
still one more
"So
match. I can tell.
Hot and heavy.
Oh, not.
Only
Okay.
seemed like it
This
only
is a
in
different
the
taping,
TWF.
but it was on the
As we
tape.
have Crusher Crossen in there versus
As you can see, I finally got my haircut.
Yep.
And Crusher now taking off to Madman Nash. But Crusher following Andy,
Andy
the
the
Ripper out of the
Ripper.
ring and throwing him back in.
Andy was
Kinda
growing.
like a saloon
Andy the
match.
Ripper,
They got guys outside
Dave
the
was
ring,
growing like a
Dwayne
weed. Look at how
bail
tall
out,
he is
and a
now.
double team there
Yeah.
between Crusher and
When
Madman
we last
Nash,
seen
trying
him,
to
he
be
was
broken up
like
by
shorter than me. Now he's taller than me. The guy in the
ref.
yellow.
There's now Brian Peterson in on Madman Nash. Madman not having a chance to get his
What were you gonna say?
headband off even.
Oh, I was thinking maybe this was the
Brian
Family Feud
Peterson
match.
providing some punishing
No, this would have
blows,
been the next
forearms.
show after
Now
this one,
Nash
part
gets
of it
off the
anyway.
sweatband
Right.
and rakes the eyes of Brian Peterson with it, and he takes out the Crusher, who later on will be sitting in a title defense against Brian Peterson. I believe that's the next match coming up.
I'm fired up right now for some reason. Too much sugar.
Probably.
Now it's Crusher Crossen and Jackknife Jacob in the ring. Forearm smash to the back. And now
Oh, I got a wrench or something. Uh-oh. Using
Now
that foreign object.
the three of them are working over Jackknife Jacob with the tag rope. And then comes Andy the Ripper and Brian Peterson. If this match keeps going, it'll get
This
out
is
of
a
hand soon.
6-man tag, it looks like, huh?
Yeah.
There's a whip into the ropes. And a duck under by Jackknife
And
Jacob.
Adam Nash, Dynamite Dude's the
The
ref.
Crusher
Small little
Crossen.
referee for all of us big guys.
Oh, and there's a clothesline to the nose area. And a shoulder butt. Crusher Cross getting the worst of that, however. He takes off to Madman Nash. Madman Nash and kicking. Kicking away. And Brian Peterson in the ring now for the side of the Jackknife Jacob. This
Oh,
match,
Kelsey's in?
quick paced. Kid Kelsey and now against Brian Peterson.
I'm surprised Kelsey's in the ring with Peterson.
Yeah. Like I said, they weren't afraid to hurt each other. They did it plenty of times off the show.
Yep.
They fought like cats and dogs in that neighborhood, from what Matt told me. I'm just antagonizing Brian is all.
Yep. Well, no, I was going to say, what was Peterson going for?
I have no idea.
Yeah, nobody going to the ropes on that side with them that low.
Because I'm trying to stand on the top rope.
Yeah.
They got some more health insurance.
Double sledge.
As we now have Andy the Ripper in there, and along with Kid Kelsey, Andy the Ripper fighting back.
Hey, get back there! I didn't see it! Get back!
He didn't see it. The ref didn't see it.
As a referee getting kind of confused in this match, which isn't hard to do when you got 6 guys and they're going at each other. It's Jackknife Jacob back in the ring.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
The famous words of referees and umpires all over the nation. There's now Brian Peterson in there against the Crusher Crossen.
Interesting comment from Damien.
Crusher,
I know you like your action figure view, but a true action figure would have the half shirt and parachute pants. Well, my action figure did have the half shirt. I don't know where it is.
It's body slam.
It handy.
It's Jackknife Jacob.
I did have a half shirt made. Did I ever show that? Let's see if I can find it here.
I thought you did.
What he's gonna do that we don't know.
I thought I had it up here somewhere. Let me see. I'll see if I can find it here.
It's the referee trying to get him to ring the bell. This match totally out of control. It's the referee breaking it up because
It is. I know it's around here though. I thought I had it up here. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is.
There's a duck under by Peterson.
Show you. It's got to get it so it looks right. It's like inside out right now. This is the closest to where we're going to see the half shirt again.
And a flying smash.
And actually, this half shirt hasn't been done up yet, right?
Gives him a kick.
Eventually, it's going to look like this. Crusher and Team USA on the back. So I do have the half shirt for my character, for my action figure. I just don't have the parachute pants.
Andy the Ripper ramming Crusher's head into the canvas.
I could do a version of him though and make him look like he has parachute pants.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I'll talk to you about something off air.
The ref making sure Crusher Crossen's shoulders are down on the canvas and not up. As Mad Nash pushes Andy the Ripper off of Crusher.
By the way, speaking of Ricky, did you see the new look he's got now?
I have not yet.
He's got like an aviation kind of jacket now, an aviator kind of jacket, and he's got a captain's hat. And he almost looks like he's a member of the Village People. I'm gonna give him a hard time next time I see him.
And a pinfall. Count of 3. As we'll go up to the ring for the official decision.
Well, I mean, where would he like to stay at?
What happened here in this match? I missed it.
Out of control.
I thought. I don't know. I don't know what the decision was. We're getting towards the end of this show. There's not much left.
So you never answered my
referee's
question, Crusher.
decision is a pinfall.
Oh, pinfall.
Crusher Crossen pinning Andy the Ripper. Elapsed time 12
What was
minutes.
the question?
12 minutes into the match.
Well, you know, with
In spite of what
Captain
Jackknife
Ricky,
Jacob tried to use his
with that new
dastardly
look,
tactics of using a wrench
where would you like to
disable
stay
the Crusher Crossen.
What do you mean stay?
And now what's this?
when he's out on the road, where would he like to stay?
I don't get what you mean.
You know, with his look, I'm sure he'd love to stay at the YMCA.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that kind of like, looks like the police officer of Village People almost with that captain's hat. But he needs to get, like I was talking to my friend Travis, he needs to get aviators, actual aviators.
Yeah.
The mirrored sunglasses.
Yep.
That's what a captain would be wearing. Oh, Rich Taylor coming in the ring. What's Rich doing in there?
Being Andre the Giant.
Whoa, Rich took a major chair shot. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That was Brian. See, he's got the chair. Brian always hits you hard with that
Being
chair.
120 volt power
Yeah, I don't think that was a work shot.
Twin Cities is
Oh,
behind
no.
me and the Merciless and Nash and the whole clan.
Your favorite part of the show, Crusher.
Super friend type of people. Yeah, that's right. Because you know why? I'll tell you why. Because we can stick together. We, our family, sticks together. We go to Carpy's courts every other day and train out me and the Merciless and Nash do.
Good Lord.
And come next week, Merciless Mike will be back. And I'm so happy because come today on the show, I'm going to wrestle Peterson for his belt. But what really makes me upset is that Jackknife Jacob's been the requested referee for the match. And, which I don't care. I'm going to prove that even with him as the referee, I can still defend the TWF belt.
Well, that should be very controversial. I can tell there will be some underhanded
It
play
says
by
Jackknife Jacob
in
here.
that.
It's obviously
But,
not Jackknife.
How do you feel about the situation in the TWF in general? I mean, it's changed a lot since those first few days. The competition is very high. Even you have to admit Jackknife Jacob is a very good competition for the likes of you. And anybody else, but you are the most colorful wrestler in the TWF. I have to say that you have the most moves, even more than Jackknife or anybody else.
Ray, how many times do I tell you? I know that dehydrated brain Jackknife is a good wrestler, but he'll never lose the belt. Never in my career. Now, how many times do I have to tell you that I'm going to keep this belt?
I know why I'm doing that to the table.
Nobody takes that belt away from this man.
Oh.
No, sir.
And, but how do you feel about the TWF and its situation today in general?
Well, getting down to the general nitty-gritty of the whole situation, the TWF is the major league of kids professional wrestling. I want to make that clear. We are throughout 25 cities, including Minneapolis and St. Paul, and the home of the TWF, the Anoka, Halloween capital of the world, right here, which the studios sit on the grounds of Anoka. That is one of the main reasons, and we have a lot of people to thank for that. I want to continue, if you don't mind. Scott Tronson at Group W Cable, Pam Hansen.
Wow, I gave Scott Tronson credit. How about that?
Dave Nyberg. I could go on forever with all the people to thank, and none other than Terry Lovis. And we have a lot of people to thank for where
Those
we
are
are
all
right now.
employees at the cable
And
company.
I want to remind everybody about the hotline, TWF hotline.
Oh, yes, you don't want to miss that.
Crusher Crossen is going to be talking on the hotline a lot. And if you want to hear what's going on with me, then you call that hotline, which is 421-8366.
And many other wrestlers.
And you can, if you're, don't be sure not to call no earlier than January 3rd, 1985. You can call January 4th. That's when it's going to start.
That's because
This
my
tape is
phone
gonna
line wasn't
play a
getting
little
installed
earlier than
until then.
expected.
So 8366 went to work.
But remember that
That's
number,
funny.
421-8366, and that's the number you want to call. And if you're nervous about talking to people, you don't have to talk to anybody. You just listen, and then you'll hear the beep, and you'll want, if you have any requests, which you'll probably call for sometime.
I guess I'm leaving the interview.
If you have any requests, you can call. And okay, the next TWF exclusive interview here. This is a new segment. It'll be Brian Peterson. You don't want to miss that one. That'll be on show 31 or 32. I believe it'll be 32. 31, I mean. Excuse me. That's all for
Okay,
now.
so this would have
is
been
Ray
show
Johnson
30,
with
which isn't
Crusher
on tape.
Crossen. We thank you
There's
for
a reason
joining
for
us.
that.
Now back to
That's
the
why we had
wrestling
this
show.
little bit of it,
And we hope you enjoy the rest
like
of
that
it.
one match in this interview, and this was the end of show 30. It was on this tape. We have show 31, but we don't have show 30 because initially show 30 and 31 was a big 2-hour special, and Tronson wouldn't let us air it that way.
Right.
So he made us have to do one or the other, and we went with show 31. Yeah, we had to redub it, and yeah, it got all screwed up. So yeah, that's the end of this show. End of this show. Gadget Gizmo says, LOL, Little Crusher is still a better interview than Ricky's. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe better than Ricky in the beginning. But I think Ricky is pretty good, though, as he got going. You know, after a year or two, Ricky was really good.
Yep.
And then Sky Sports Video News says, Crusher, during your interviews, you need to make more direct eye contact with the camera. Yeah. They're 14 years old. You got to give us a little bit of a break.
Yep. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah. And Sports Tech says, well, let me get out of this screen or remove this. There we go. Did you ever have any trouble with kids not being allowed to wrestle because their parents did not want them to be on television? These days, parents would never let this happen. Well, no, not to be on TV. That wasn't the problem. I think what happened is some kids didn't tell their parents they were doing this. And then when their parents ultimately saw them on TV or seeing that what they were doing, they didn't want them to go back because they didn't want them to get hurt.
Right.
I think that happened more than anything. But it wasn't the fear of them being on the TV at all. I think it was just...
Yeah, that wasn't a thing back in our day.
No. I mean, like, that was always... Look, being on TV was just, you know, it was a thrill being on TV.
Right.
Yeah, you wanted to be on TV, and parents love seeing their kids on TV, the ones that did it. So I can remember having conversations with a lot of the parents saying, yeah, we watched last show. It was really good. We like this. We like that. You know, so they all tuned in and watched usually.
Right.
And they were entertained with it. They seen that we were just putting on a presentation of fun showmanship. And so they got into it.
So speaking of the figures, did you ever actually finish the Dixie Dave character?
Well, I mean, I did. Let's see here.
Is it complete with its title?
Not with the title, but the hair is now the right color for the most part. It's not really blonde. It's more brownish blonde, like you were. And it's got the DD, the white elbow pad and knee pads. Yep, Dixie Dave.
What about the boots? Did you get the boots right?
The boots. Let's say DD for Dr. Dread.
No, that's not what the DD was for.
But yeah, those boots are right. That's Dixie Dave. Looks like him, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Kind of looks like a cross between Dixie Dave and Dusty Rhodes.
And then, of course, since we're showing figures, and there's Crusher Crossen with the NWF Championship belt.
Yep. Now you just got to get the national tag title made, and the Dixie Dave figure will be correct.
I don't know. My head's okay. I guess it looks like me. But yeah, figures. I tell you, John McCann and I could talk wrestling figures all day long. He likes collecting them too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was all right show. I mean, it's okay. I just like it when the wrestling got more polished later on.
Right.
You know, I'm a fan of that. And I thought here's an interesting thing too. I always like showing fortunes for my fortune cookie. This one says, if you can, I'll read it for you. It says, Your kindness will inspire others to do the same. Well, we'll see about that. I always do kindness and I never get it back, especially with Ricky Henry and Dave.
Hey, I was halfway decent to you today.
Mm-hmm. I think you got tired of Gizmo and them saying you're being your hater too much.
Well, you know, I mean, I am who I am.
I wonder if the cowardly kid will ever show up here with you on one of these shows one of these days. I wonder if that'll ever happen.
Well, it'd be a nice thing. I mean, you know, actually get to sit down and talk with Cowardly Kid the way he's been lately. I mean, not showing up for work.
Yeah, he didn't show up for the last show, but he gave me a heads up, so
Yeah.
I knew it was coming and everything. So, and I actually had John McCann set to come in for him, but then John had things come up where it prevented him from coming on, and it was kind of it just had to be me and Stevie. That was fine.
Yeah.
Let me talk about what's coming up on some future shows. How about that?
I might allow you to do that.
So, first of all, next week for NWF Forward, let's talk about that one first. Like I said, we got DD Crooks, Pure Filth, one of the most popular, it used to be one of the most hated factions in NIPW, but now one of the more popular ones. They're actually, I think the crowd loves them right now. You can see all the tattoos. Crooks is kind of like, he's kind of like the CM Punk of NIPW, just outspoken, will say his mind type of thing. So get ready for this. It'll be like I said, it'll be a PG-13 plus show with Crooks, but it'll be entertaining, and it'll be interesting to hear him and Ricky kind of go at it with each other, since they're going to face each other for the championship, which is coming up on Ricky's next title defense. Ricky Henry versus DD Crooks for the NWF World title at the Grand Social in Bangor, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Ben Nelson's hometown.
Right.
On Sunday, September 28th at 4 p.m. So that's going to be Ricky's next title match, I should say. Crooks is going to have a shot at it. And if there's anybody, this is going to be Ricky's toughest challenge to date. Mark my words on that. If there's anybody who's got a real shot at this, it's Crooks.
Right.
So this will be a good one. And then September 21st, Sunday, it's going to be on Kayfabe with Keaton. He's going to have Irish Mickey Doyle, been in the ring with Andre the Giant and others.
Yeah.
He's been, former old school wrestler back in the day, and should be a fascinating interview with Keaton. Catch that one on his channel, Sunday, September 21st. By the way, he had a great interview with Brian Zane. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I did not.
Great interview. I'm glad that went well for Keaton. That was a really good interview. I liked it. And they talked about NWF. It was interesting. You guys should check that out, the Brian Zane interview. You can see that on Keaton's replays in his live replay tab. And then our next show, Dave, will be Thursday, September 25th. Going to the garage.
Yep.
Studio taping 42. See me in there about to swing at Ace Andrew Carlson. And this was the very day that the Eyewitness News Channel 5 came out and did the feature story on us. What a time that was. Be featured on the news and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And that was huge. We went to school the next day, and everybody, kids and teachers and everybody talking about, with questions galore over the whole show. Like they just introduced us to a whole new fan base just from that appearing on the news.
Right.
We weren't just on the news. We were the highlight story in the sports. They did what's coming up on sports, and it was us. We had the feature spot. So it was pretty cool stuff.
I mean, this would have been during the summertime, so we beat out like the Minnesota Twins being on the.
Yeah. I mean, there was lots of top sports stories, and we were in the sports section of the news. This was where we were covered.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how pro wrestling was looked at in the 80s, everybody. It was a sports thing. It wasn't an entertainment deal. It wasn't like it is now. I mean, it was
Right.
considered a sporting event. That's why we were in spectator sports in the paper and everything. So interesting how it's changed, huh?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, we're all caught up on comments and everything. This is a good show, and I want to welcome again our new member to the NWF Championship Club. He joined the Championship Club, Dave.
Yep.
It's our top club in our memberships on YouTube. Remember, if you want to become a member of us, it helps support us, and it really does as well. If you want to just be just a member to help support us, that's really like the #1 contenders club. It's, it's only $2.99 a month, I think, and you don't get a whole lot. You just get early access to uploads that we put up. But the championship club is the one to really be in, because then you can get all the you get the private videos of all the complete shows that we do on Watch Long.
Right.
By themselves in full HD. So it's worth it just for that alone.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch them in chronological order. You can watch, if you like the old stuff, you can watch the old stuff. If you like the new stuff, you can watch the new stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it was, it's a pretty cool thing that way. Now, Damien has one more question. He says, Crusher, did the special attention you got from being on TV turn into positive by making new friends, or did people make fun of you because of the coverage? No. Nobody was making fun of us after that news article. I know that. We didn't get, I don't remember that happening. The times when we'd get made fun of were more in the early days of the bed mattresses and the basement and even some of this Group W stuff. We would kind of get made fun of a little bit. Once that news thing kept hit, nobody was making fun of us. There's more keen interest, like, how long you been doing this, and when did it start? It was just more of a curiosity, and especially the teachers. Teachers are really fascinated with it. I remember Mr. Manthe, my graphics arts teacher, started calling me Crusher in class after that news article, that news report went on. Yeah. So, I mean, and, and I didn't mind, although I was kind of shy in school. Like I've always said, I didn't really draw attention.
Yeah.
So, but my close friends all knew I was doing the wrestling, and they were still my friends, and we still talk like friends would talk. And, I didn't think much of it. When Jamie was on Keaton's show and they asked him on Keaton's show, like, what was it like meeting me for the very first time? And Jamie was a fan of me before meeting me. Like, he watched the show on cable, so he knew of it. And so to him, in his own words, it was like meeting a rock star when he got to meet me in person, which I thought was flattering for me.
Yeah.
But then Jamie mentioned how the transition that took place, and then when he got to know me and hang out with me and everything, and that was a cool transformation of knowing me before and then knowing me after. And that's kind of that's why I'm trying to bring that up, is because as you got to know me, I wasn't a celebrity. I was just I was a friend in your life. We were all friends. We weren't like, I didn't look at Dave like Dick as a Dixie Dave. I didn't look at Jamie as the Irish Terrier. I looked at him as Dave and Jamie.
Right.
And they looked at me as Sean, not Crusher. So, yeah, our characters on the show were that, but once we got to know each other, we were all friends by first name,
Right.
Crusher nickname came more after the NWF with me, where everybody would start calling me Crusher, even outside, because once they learned of it and they knew my name was Crusher, then they'd call me Crusher. And my nephew to this day, who's got a family of his own, still calls me Crusher. So, yeah. Because to me, I'm Crusher, because he knew me. He was like like 5 or 6 years old when I was doing the wrestling, so he was kind of like one of my earliest fans there ever would have been him.
Right.
So, yeah, it's interesting though. So there we go. So that's what's coming up on the shows. We covered that. We covered what's coming up in the network. I can't think of anything else, Dave. I think we've hit the end of the show.
The only other thing I'm going to say is, if you look at the date for today, never forget what today stands for.
Yeah, the memorial. That's why all the flags are at half staff.
Yep.
What do they call it? Half mast, I think.
Yep.
And, yep, that was a tragic day. Not that long ago, really. So
Yeah, next year will be the 25th anniversary of it.
yeah. And also I was gonna say too, reminded me of something else. The hell, I lost it. Well, we'll see. I'm trying to figure out, honestly, Dave, with all the shape I'm getting into and the weight loss and everything, I'm trying to figure out when will I hit my goal of 168. I mean, I hope I can hit it. Man, it's getting harder and harder every pound that comes off me. But because then you got to keep it off. And a lot of times I'll lose and I'll go up and I'll lose and I'll go up and I'll lose a little bit more and I'll go up. And so it's kind of a up and down, gradual down.
Right.
It's hard work, guys. But I'm going to do it. And there is a method to my madness, you guys. I know you're all wondering, what is coming up? Why am I getting in such good shape? Well, that'll soon come to fruition in a very due time. So stay tuned to the podcast for all that.
Right.
So,
but I think if there's no more questions, we should call it a show. And
yep, Dave's had a long week and he wants to start getting off to his time off. So
yep, want to go spend time with my fiance and
yeah, we've been going almost 2 hours anyway, so it's time to wrap her up. So we'll be back again. I'll be back on next Friday with Ricky and our guest DD Crooks. So join us live for that one on our NWF Forward.
Yep, Ricky, you better show up to work.
Yep. All right, guys, we'll see you next time we're live.
Yep, see you in 2 weeks for me, folks.